That's excellent, Steve. Do you have much of an issue, or did you have much of an issue with helping draw people out from isolation? That's a specific part of our message here in Las Vegas with the group I'm working with, Parkinson's Place Las Vegas. Is there, there's shame and isolation in the pain and fear that happens with the diagnosis and maybe, other conditions that go on with it. How have you worked to draw people out of isolation and into community where we believe, people do a lot better when they're socializing?
Yeah. No, I think that's so important. And I really do think this is changing. I mean, one of the challenges that we've had one of our objectives actually is to have a personalized relationship with the 18,000 people being diagnosed every year with Parkinson's. So I talked to you about how we're trying to improve health services. We set up this thing called the Excellence Network, bringing together all of the leading doctors, nurses, physiotherapists, speech and language therapists who really care about Parkinson's to come together and prepare and develop a network. What's our experience now, and we just got some statistics last week, is that at the point of diagnosis, 84% of people are being signposted to the charity. And that's fantastic, because that means we can now start to share information with people, start to be much more proactive in the information that we're sharing with people and the encouragement that we can provide to people as well. So I think there is a groundswell of opinion. I think neurodegenerative conditions, I think there's a lot more awareness about dementia and Alzheimer's within our community as well. And I think this is all really positive. The work that we're trying to do is to show that diagnosis with Parkinson's isn't something that people should be in any way kind of embarrassed about, but actually reaching out and making connections with others and getting involved in the community is something that is really positive and life enhancing.
Yes, exactly. And like you said, if people can get to that place, it takes them having a respected and a trusted place. And it sounds like over the years, based on your community membership, you said 40,000 Parkinsonians, is that correct?
Well, we have 40. Yeah, I mean, we're the world's largest membership organisation, so we have 40,000 people who have joined the charity. That's predominantly people with Parkinson's and their family members. But the reality is actually that all of our services are available to everybody, so that we know that we're supporting many more people than that through all of the work that we're doing. We have a network of over 120 Parkinson's local advisors. So this is members of staff based in every community in the UK whose job it is to get alongside people living with Parkinson's and give them a voice and signpost them to services and really act as an advocate. So we know that our reach into communities is really quite deep.
Right. So what I was getting to there was that the trust you've established. It sounds like the community trusts you, working with the NHS, you have a good relationship there as well, so that people know, oh, this is the place to turn to. And then you can, if I'm correct, you can turn people to the individualized care they need within their own diagnosis.
Yeah, that's really important. Having that kind of trusted relationship is something that we've worked really hard at. We've worked hard at it with the media, actually. So we know that whenever there's a story about Parkinson's, and there are lots of stories about Parkinson's and the science at the moment, which is really encouraging, but they will always come to us, to our research team, for a comment. And that means we can talk about the wider work of the charity as well and get our name out there.
That's wonderful. Now, do you work with the World Parkinson Congress as well? Do you go to those affairs? They do every 3 years?
Yeah, no, we do. We're involved in that. I co-chair one of the committees on that, the kind of leadership forum. So that brings together all the organizations around the world to try and share good practice, learn from each other. At the last event, and we're planning for the next event too, to have a dedicated day just for the leaders of the global Parkinson's organizations, just to come together and strengthen our community. So I think that's really exciting.